Welcome back, design lovers. Today, we're diving into the enchanting world of rustic green and red farmhouse kitchens, a perfect blend of warmth, charm, and cottagecore magic. If you adore cozy spaces with vintage flair, this video is for you. We'll explore stunning design ideas, from bold red accents to soothing green palettes, all wrapped in farmhouse elegance. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the like button, and drop a comment. Tell us your favorite kitchen style. Let's get inspired together. Rustic green brings nature indoors, creating a serene yet vibrant kitchen atmosphere. Imagine sage cabinets, olive backsplashes, or deep emerald islands. Each shade adds earthy sophistication. This color pairs beautifully with natural wood and wrought iron, enhancing the farmhouse aesthetic. Whether you prefer muted tones or bold statements, rustic green offers endless possibilities. It's a timeless choice that blends seamlessly with vintage decor, making your kitchen feel like a countryside retreat. isn't just for modern spaces, it's a stunning farmhouse accent. Think cherry red cabinets, brick backsplashes, or cranberry-hued bar stools against white shiplap walls. This bold hue adds warmth and energy, creating a cozy, inviting vibe. Pair it with distressed wood and antique brass hardware for a perfect rustic contrast. Red works especially well in open-concept kitchens, where it becomes a focal point without overwhelming the space. Cottagecore kitchens celebrate simplicity, nostalgia, and pastoral charm. Picture floral curtains, open shelving with vintage dishware, and fresh herbs in terracotta pots. This trend blends rustic green and red with soft neutrals for a dreamy, storybook feel. Incorporate hand-painted tiles, lace details, and reclaimed wood to enhance the aesthetic. It's all about creating a space that feels lived in, loved, and effortlessly beautiful, like stepping into a fairy tale. At first glance, red and green might seem like holiday colors, but when balanced right, they create a stunning rustic palette. Try deep green cabinets with a red AGA stove or a red farmhouse table against sage walls. The key is using muted, earthy tones rather than bright shades. Add natural textures like jute rugs and wooden beams to soften the contrast. The result? A kitchen that's rich, dynamic, and full of character. Nothing says farmhouse like a classic red Smeg fridge or a vintage-style green range. These retro appliances add personality while maintaining functionality. Brands like AGA, LaCanche, and Big Chill offer stunning options in bold hues. Pair them with open shelving, apron-front sinks, and butcher block countertops for a cohesive look. These statement pieces become the heart of your kitchen, blending nostalgia with modern convenience. Open shelves are a cottagecore staple, perfect for showcasing antique crockery, mason jars, and woven baskets. Paint them in rustic green or leave them natural for a raw, organic feel. Style them with mismatched plates, dried herbs, and vintage tins for a lived-in look. This design not only adds charm but also keeps essentials within reach. Pro tip: use wrought iron brackets for an extra touch of farmhouse authenticity. A white farmhouse sink is a timeless choice, but why not go bold with a copper or fireclay version? These deep, spacious sinks pair beautifully with rustic green cabinetry or red accents. Their apron-front design adds vintage appeal while offering practicality. For a cottagecore twist, add a hand-painted mural or a reclaimed wood countertop above it. This small detail elevates the entire space. Butcher block countertops bring warmth and texture to rustic kitchens. Their honey-toned grains complement both green and red palettes beautifully. Opt for walnut for richness or maple for a lighter feel. Pair them with a green island or red open shelves for contrast. These countertops age gracefully, developing a patina that enhances their charm. Plus, they're perfect for baking, essential for a cottagecore lifestyle. Nothing says farmhouse like wooden ceiling beams, whether reclaimed, painted, or left natural. They add height, texture, and old-world charm. For a twist, try staining them dark to contrast with green walls or whitewashing them for a cottagecore vibe. Pair with wrought iron lighting for a cohesive look. These architectural details make even modern kitchens feel like they've stood for centuries. Hardware matters. Wrought iron drawer pulls, antique brass faucets, and black lantern pendants enhance the rustic aesthetic. These small touches add authenticity, tying together red and green elements seamlessly. Look for hand-forged pieces with patina, they tell a story. Mixing metals, like brass and iron, adds depth, making your kitchen feel curated over time. Shiplap is a farmhouse essential, adding texture and character to any kitchen. Paint it white for a bright, airy feel or sage green for a cozy nook. Horizontal planks create the illusion of space, while vertical shiplap adds height. Pair with open shelves or a red stove for contrast. This simple yet impactful design element brings instant rustic charm, making walls feel intentional and inviting. A black and white checkerboard floor adds vintage whimsy to a rustic kitchen. For a twist, try sage and cream or brick red and tan for a softer look. This pattern pairs beautifully with wooden beams and farmhouse tables, creating a dynamic yet balanced space. Whether in tile or painted wood, checkerboard floors evoke old-world charm while keeping the design fresh and lively. Bring the outdoors in with a kitchen herb garden. Plant basil, thyme, and rosemary in terracotta pots or hanging baskets near a sunny window. Not only do they add greenery, but they also infuse your cooking with fresh flavors. For cottagecore appeal, use vintage labels or copper planters. This small touch makes your kitchen feel alive, fragrant, and deeply connected to nature. Display your favorite dishes on a plate rack or create a plate wall for instant cottagecore charm. Mix floral china, ironstone platters, and hand-painted ceramics for an eclectic look. This functional decor adds personality while keeping everyday items accessible. Pair with open shelving for a layered, collected over time aesthetic that feels warm and welcoming. A corner breakfast nook with a built-in bench and farmhouse table is the heart of a rustic kitchen. Upholster seats in gingham, ticking stripe, or floral fabric for cottagecore charm. Add throw pillows and a chunky knit blanket for extra coziness. This intimate space is perfect for morning coffee, casual meals, or lingering conversations, making your kitchen the soul of the home. Mason jar pendant lights add rustic whimsy to any farmhouse kitchen. Cluster them above an island or use a single jar over a sink for a subtle touch. Fill them with fairy lights, dried flowers, or even spices for extra charm. This DIY-friendly lighting solution is affordable, customizable, and full of nostalgic appeal, perfect for a cottagecore vibe. reclaimed wood kitchen island adds character and functionality. The natural imperfections, knots, nail holes, and weathering, tell a story. Pair it with a butcher block top or a marble slab for contrast. Use it as a prep station, breakfast bar, or extra storage. This centerpiece grounds the room in rustic authenticity while offering modern convenience. Adorn your walls with antique signs, botanical prints, or handwritten chalkboards for farmhouse personality. Look for old coffee ads, seed packets, or French market labels to enhance the rustic feel. These small details add layers of charm, making your kitchen feel curated and full of history. Copper brings warmth and patina to rustic kitchens. Incorporate copper pots, pendant lights, or a farmhouse sink for a lived-in glow. Over time, copper develops a unique tarnish that adds character. Pair with green cabinetry or red accents for a striking yet harmonious contrast. An apron-front sink is a farmhouse must-have. Choose fireclay for durability or copper for rustic elegance. Pair with a bridge faucet and a wooden countertop for a timeless look. This classic feature combines function and beauty, making dishwashing feel like a nostalgic ritual. An open pantry with wooden shelves and woven baskets keeps ingredients visible and organized. Style with glass jars, burlap sacks, and vintage scales for cottagecore appeal. This practical yet charming storage solution makes everyday items part of the decor. If space allows, a kitchen fireplace adds unparalleled charm. Surround it with built-in benches, a mantel for herbs, or a Dutch oven for rustic cooking. This feature transforms your kitchen into a year-round gathering spot, radiating warmth and nostalgia. Distressed paint on cabinets or furniture adds instant vintage appeal. Try chippy white, faded green, or weathered red for a well-loved look. This technique creates depth and texture, making your kitchen feel like it has a rich history. Dress windows with lace curtains, linen drapes, or cafe shutters for rustic charm. These soft textiles filter light beautifully while adding privacy and warmth. Choose floral or gingham patterns for extra cottagecore appeal. And there you have it, 25 inspiring ideas for rustic green and red farmhouse kitchens. Which one was your favorite? Let us know in the comments. If you loved this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more design inspiration. Until next time, happy decorating. May your kitchen be as cozy and charming as your heart desires.